Well, about 14 years ago, I didn't have a roof over my head. I got divorced and I had about $4,000, and I felt that I had choices. I refused to feel that I had to take the advice of well-meaning family and friends that said I had no choices and said that what I should do is pursue my career, give my daughter to my parents to raise, and make money and have a lot of materialistic security. And I just felt like there were other choices. So when I really looked deeply into it, I felt that I wanted to raise my daughter. And the only way I was going to do that really was to live very simply. And if I was going to homeschool her, I was going to have to somehow have flexibility all around me somehow. So one of the things that was most important was to get that roof over her head, and that was one of my first decisions. I was again advised by those friends and family to get a little mobile home and park it either here on my parents' property where I'm at or somewhere else. And I just didn't want to. I felt that I had learned a way of building a house. I had taken the first Cob cottage workshop and had learned how to build Cob, and I felt that if my parents said I could park a mobile home on their property, why not build my own little house? So I did, and it was started on May 5th, my birthday, and that's when the land was not cleared, and we came in and cleared the land, and then I started building it pretty much by myself, but my parents helped with some of the woodwork. And 4 months later I moved in and have been living happily ever after. So it was a very quick process, and it was never regretted. It was wonderful. I think of the mobile house once in a while, thinking of what it would have been like to live in one of those boxes, and there's just no comparison. Well, when I started building the house, I had neighbors, friends of my parents come, pull out a chair, sit down with my dad, and just watch me. And honestly, they laughed because they didn't know anything about Cob. It was not something they could understand from my explanation. You know, there I was treading in the mud, and it just didn't make any sense to them. And so they watched, they laughed, and it didn't make me feel very good or comfortable, but I was doing what I had decided to do, and I'm very stubborn, so, you know, I had my agenda to do. And I'll never forget the day when I was standing on the little projection there from the wall that's, it's just about 6 inches wide or so, and I was standing on top of it. It's a little shelf, in order to pound some Cob in about 6 feet higher. And I was jumping up and down on it, you know, to kind of pound the Cob in on 6 feet higher. And my dad was there, the spectator that day, and it was the pivotal point. He said, "My gosh, Cob is strong." And, you know, just to see that light bulb go off and to have changed his mind on something that was already in my heart was really, it was a very sweet moment. But eventually everybody came and saw my house, and all were amazed. And although I can't say that my parents' friends are the type of people that would go out and say, "Oh, let's build a Cob house," I could say that all of them saw the merit in what I did, and all of them understood the decision I made, and crazy decisions I made subsequently, they weren't going to shoot down quite so quickly, because I think once you can convince people of your own feelings and your convictions, they can see them. If they can see the merit of it, they're going to understand a little better and have more respect for you, and that changes your whole life. So to make it very brief, Cob was the first thing I did after I got divorced. It was done in a very independent sort of way, because you can do Cob alone or with a community. around you. I didn't have community because I didn't know people here in Dallas when I moved here. And it was the beginning of something beautiful, which was my own independence. I've never since then doubted who I am, because when you follow that first crazy dream, which Cob was for me, why should you have doubts about anything else that you have inside you, other dreams you have? So I've tended to think that Cob has strengthened who I am, and that strength is shown to everybody who comes and visits. You know, whether it's for a few minutes or for days, or old friends or new friends, I think they feel the strength of the house because that's what was put into it, was my own strength. And it's a testament every day to me that I did it, I can do it, and I can do just about anything. If it's a good goal, go for it. So, yay Cob.